Hey, welcome back to day 19 of the live stream with Persona 5 Strikers. The last time we had completed a good number of requests. And since a lot of these can disappear as you progress through the game, I figured it was a good idea to get these over with ahead of time, or rather as soon as we could. And I think right now the only one I have left is this one. We're supposed to fuse Archangel with Amrita Drop and present it to Lavenza. So let's just go ahead and figure this one out, right? I don't think it should be too complicated. We've already accepted it, and so we should probably first head to, I guess, Arcade is where the Velvet Room entrance is for Sendai. Yeah, so
Welcome.
So this is the first request for an actual fusion in the game, right? And so again, we need to use an Archangel. And these are not really potential candidates here, right? Because we need to have a persona, right? At least one of the two personas that we're supposed to fuse needs to know Amrita Drop. And that, I believe, right, is something that Hua Po, right, that persona knows. And so what we're going to do is, for us to be able to fuse Archangel, right, we need to have Hua Po and Pixie. And again, like I said earlier, Hua Po is the one that's going to know Amrita Drop. So with that being said,
Please take your time.
Right now we cannot fuse it just yet.
It seems that it can gain new power.
Because I'm pretty sure right now, like if I try to fuse a lot of these, it's gonna say I don't have enough like if I were to go ahead and fuse Hua Po right now, I don't have enough space in order to perform a fusion. So I need to either, get rid of a persona or simply just fuse it. And so we're gonna, go with the latter, right? So let's go ahead and fuse Principality, right? This is one that I currently do not have registered in my compendium. And so let's go ahead and choose some decent skills. Drains HP. No, we'll go with Bafula. Garula. Diorama. And Tarunda.
Is this the persona you'd like? Now, let us begin.
All right, so we have Principality. Which means we now have an additional slot available in order for us to actually fuse Hua Po. I'm sorry, not Hua Po. Archangel, right? But the thing is, if I were to go ahead and fuse it right now as is, what's going to happen is
Choose which skill to inherit.
when Lavenza asks which skills to inherit, I don't have Amrita Drop as an option yet, right? Because Hua Po, who is at level 13, does not yet know the skill. So what we're going to have to do instead, first is
To strengthen it.
we're going to strengthen actually.
Performing a fusion.
Right, so we actually have to fuse it, but same idea, right? So if I were to go ahead and fuse Hua Po,
Choose which skill to inherit.
so right now this doesn't really matter. We're going to stick with Null Brainwash.
Is this the persona you
Okay, so
be born
at this
anew?
point, we have Hua Po. Interesting. I'm not sure how that happened, right?
This was different than expected.
Oh, there you go. So that was a fusion accident. During a persona fusion, there was a rare chance of fusing a different persona than the one that was expected. Personas born from fusion accidents are more likely to receive stat bonuses. So they may start out fairly strong. So this is really good. So quite the surprise. And of course, now we're back to square one. We don't have, enough space for us to be able to do that.
In your new self.
And
You wish to browse the entries? What will you be would you like to register all of them? This persona has been registered in its present. Please take a look. Awaken your new self.
so for the time being, I'm just going to fuse. Let's see. Go ahead and fuse. I'm sorry, not Arsene. I don't want to lose Arsene yet. Jack-o'-lantern and Pixie.
Choose which is this. Be born anew.
Yeah, I really hadn't accounted for that, persona fusion accident. Okay. So now we are going to go ahead and fuse Hua Po. Hopefully there's no fusion
Choose which
accidents happening this time around.
is this the be born anew.
Okay, there we go. And now, before we can fuse our Archangel, we do need to enhance Hua Po because she does not yet know Amrita Drop. So we'll go ahead and increase her level by 1.
Okay.
And of course, you know, at that point she learns Amrita Drop. And now we have our preconditions
Performing a fusion.
in order for us to fuse Archangel with Amrita Drop. Okay?
Choose which skill.
There we go. So we will select this one, right? And we do have space for another one. And so I suppose we can go with Gorilla. Why not?
Is this the persona you... Now, let us begin.
And then of course after this we can register and, you know, complete this request. Alright, we can do more as well, but let's just put a hard stop. And of course she recognizes that we already have an Archangel with Amrita Drop. Task is complete.
Mission complete.
May luck be on your side.
This is the request. You're already working on this one. Mission accomplished.
And there we go. Alright, so at this point we have completed all of the requests that we can do at this point in the game. Okay. Next thing I wanted to look at before we continue, you know, any further in Sendai Jail, I wanted to start using a lot of this stuff that I hadn't used before, right? So we have a luck incense. I'm not sure if we have any other incense, but maybe we should start using this as soon as possible. But of course, before we do, if I can look at their actual stats. But what's interesting is that it's not really showing what their luck stat is. In which case, I'm just gonna go with Joker. Oh no, it is. It has to do with Persona. And of course, I can alternate between each Persona here that I own. And I can only do it for Jokers in this case, right? So we'll look at some of the other stats, right? Ryuji having 14, Morgana 20. So I typically like to keep this sort of stuff balanced. So before I give some of it out nonchalantly, if you will, I like to stick with whoever's lowest. So far, I'm looking at Ryuji as having the lowest luck stat. Right? Yeah, by far. So that's what we'll do, just to kind of get his persona up to par there in terms of, you know, luck. And there we've unlocked the Seeker of Power trophy. And I imagine there's a bunch of other trophies that are associated to using, you know, different types of items in the game. We just happen to hit one of these. Okay, great. So and then of course next, before I go any further, right, I'm going to go back to looking at the team formation. I'm going to keep Yusuke on the squad. I'm replacing Makoto with Ryuji. And I think Sophia is fine. I think we need to raise her level as well. And the fact that she has the, the bless type skills, she's probably gonna end up helping us in the next part. And so with that being said, we'll go ahead and save. And of course, we'll head back to Sendai Jail.
Let's get to work. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, right, absolutely. We do have to stock up.
Welcome. There's a sale happening. How many would you like? You want to put it to good use, okay? You want put it to good use. Okay. How many would you like? You want thanks for your patronage? You want thanks for your patronage?
I mean, hopefully we don't have too few of these. I haven't been focusing on stocking up on items as of late. But, I mean, we'll find out.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Cooking wise, we haven't been focusing efforts a lot there either. And of course, we don't really have enough items to be able to make a lot of these things, so that's something we'll have to come back to. And with that being said, I think we're okay going back to Sendai.
Okay.
And I hope this time around when we're returning to this jail, hopefully we get to straight up just go ahead, go toe to toe against the Lock Keeper. Because usually from what we've seen in the past, right, especially with Alice, that's usually like right before end game for a specific jail. And hopefully this gate can now open.
We've got everything we need. Let's use the group and open that gate. Ooh, it actually opened.
All right, look alive, guys. Hold on. It's likely the Overlord's retainer is waiting for us inside. Sure to be a difficult fight. Let's be on our guard.
Do you think there's more like the fearsome four in there?
I certainly hope not.
Don't worry, Panther. I won't let them hurt you. Okay, let's go.
Here we go. Holy cow, there's definitely a bunch of these guys. more of these guys.
The brave heroes approach their foe. Who goes there? Who dares disturb my slumber?
Oh crap! We got another one. And what's up with the narrating?
Silence dwellers. I am His Excellency, the Overlord's retainer, Doramu. My liege's castle lies just beyond. Lowly humans such as yourselves have no place in its hallowed halls. Your end is at hand. Prepare yourselves, you foolish.
So it's kind of like those guys we faced off with, you know, in Alice's dungeon when we were doing the puzzles. And looking at this persona right here, right, specifically, I know for a fact that they're weak to bless type skills. Yeah, so I have no doubt that we're looking okay. And of course, we know that Sophia is pretty good with, you know, in that department. Okay, there's actually a bunch of these guys, right? Yeah, thankfully this guy has, I don't know, it's like a low physical stat or defense stat or something. He's going down pretty quickly. Concerning the fact that I haven't even used any buffs or debuffs yet. I don't think I'll have to. Almost there. Finished. All right, so
To be defeated by such utterly grotesque beings.
You were a fierce opponent, Overlord's retainer.
we are kind of down on SP as far as Joker goes, but we'll just go ahead and push
To get in the
onwards.
Are you ready?
On second thought,
Let's come back.
since Mona is kind of asking something like that, time for another one of those paranoia return and then come back moments.
Serve us well to regroup.
Although thankfully looking at the results with that last fight, I think we're okay. Fairly leveled.
Let's get to work.
I don't think anything is going to be respawned at this rate, but
There's a sale happening.
yeah,
Chance to shop.
no surprises there. Back to Sendai.
Let's do this.
Alright, where to next?
Check that out.
No, I'm going back. Sorry. And I certainly want to avoid this guy, so
This should
Same with this guy. Although he's not going to let me go that easily if he spots me. Alright.
Once we get in the... Are you ready? Alright, let's go.
Okay, we've made it inside. Let's keep up the pace.
Yo, I might have found something.
We'll be taking this. There should be a path forward somewhere around here. Keep your eyes peeled.
This looks like it's locked. So there has to be another way in. Unless I'm missing something here.
What's that? Focus. I can see it. What's that?
I'm picking up a shadow nearby.
Focus. I can see it. Focus.
Yeah, I guess I'm... Oh, is this it? Here's an air vent. Alright, looks like there's a guy down there. Gotta take care of this first.
Show me your true self.
We'll want to conserve SP. And of course the camera angles are always ridiculous in times like these.
An easy win, don't you think?
Let's keep up the pace, shall we?
Yeah, this place looks pretty crazy.
Nearby shadow detected.
See if we can...
What's that? Focus.
Here's another air vent.
See it.
Is there anything else we need to do in here? I guess not.
I can see it.
Alright. Now there's more people in here. So we'll wait until
Ready anytime.
we can ambush them. And of course these guys are mostly weak to fire, but we've already taken care of them. Nice.
New move.
Wait, it's over? That flew by.
Good stuff, guys. Keep it coming.
All clear. Nothing to worry about here, I think.
To the entrance hall. Let me guess, it's gonna be another one of those sub-boss fights.
Don't get cocky.
You're mine.
a good number of these guys.
It looks like I've learned another new skill.
Nothing on my radar. Looks like we're safe for now.
It's up to you. I'll do it.
Alright, so quick heal time. We have a good bit of these right here.
This one.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm so grateful.
Oh. You also have some bond skills to use as well. Skill points. Will increase endurance as well as magic. And we have 2 left over, in which case we're gonna go with this one right here. You know, increasing chance for persona skills to inflict status ailments. And I think we're done with just about what we can do here.
How far along are we now?
We're only about halfway up. It's gonna be a while before we get to the top.
Guess we'll want to keep an eye on our health and stuff.
Here we go again. This guy again.
Understood.
Let's go. Silky. Travis that.
Oh my gosh, okay. Inflicted with rage. I don't think I have... Oh, yes I do.
This one. There. Okay.
Yeah, at this point, I would really prefer using these items as opposed to using up SP.
This one. Thanks.
Arset. Fortress. Hi, Pixie. Fortress.
Oh, right. Once their status inflicted, you can't really do much. Okay, so yeah, this guy has a lot of defense. I mean, we fought one like this before. And it's showtime.
Magnificent joke.
Oh, we are not done. Rank Sterling. Yeah, we've fought all of these before, right? Okay.
Hi, Pixie. You're mine. Please allow me.
I adopt.
Yeah, so that was definitely challenging. In fact, I would say this was more challenging than the last,
Danger present.
you know, sub-boss we fought. So, again, definitely have to heal up a little bit.
My.
Use this. This one. Use this.
I'm saved.
And since we do have some soul drops, might as well start putting this to use as well. And I think we're looking okay for the next fight.
Something's shooting up from the floor. It's a trap. Look out.
Right, I always forget about these
Back now.
searchlights.
Down and keep moving.
And I happen to just land on one of those invisible,
What's that?
you know, things you can be stepping on. So I assume there's something up ahead. Oh, that's close. Although I have no idea what to even...
I can see it.
There's something up there.
What's that?
Let's see.
Hey, should we open
But I
the
can't really...
treasure chest?
That was kind of like meaningless right there.
I can see it. Focus. I can see it. What's that? Focus.
Cover point.
What's that?
Oh, there it is.
I can see it.
What magical wonders.
Power anklet. Very nice. Okay. Strength +1. So, I feel like I want to give this over to... No, we'll hang on to that.
I'll take it.
Focus.
And we're heading down. We can go down the stairs, or we can go back up here.
See it.
So we'll push forward.
What is that?
My, this is quite a fight.
Look, a shadow. What do we do?
All right, so we will do this and just straight up
Let's go.
start the ambush.
Show me your true self.
Drop this thing. Very convenient.
What's that?
Easier than cleaning a paintbrush.
Let's move on.
And of course, there's a painting of the dark Overlord himself. I wonder if I'm going the right way. I assume I am.
Focus.
Are we going to be seeing any?
What's that? Focus.
There's the invisible.
I can see it.
Stuff. Searchlights. Gotta be careful with those. Let's run. Although I'm not sure if there's anything else I can do on this floor.
We're almost to the top floor. Just a little bit further, guys.
Oh, looks like there's another guy. Probably another boss fight. Yeah, absolutely. War-Hungry Horseman. So, okay, let's see. I could use ice, but that's for the Lamias. Okay. Oh, is this guy actually weak to electricity? Let's see. Yeah, I think so. He is. So then, in that case, let's go ahead and buff up Ryuji and just straight up hit him with ice moves. Wonder if I can also kind of debuff this guy as well with Sophie, right? Let's just pummel on him with thunder type moves. So he's already down to 50%. There you go. Of course, I'm burning through Ryuji's SP at this point, but I hope we're going to catch a break to kind of heal up a little bit. And there you go. Hopefully that does it. It's as simple as that.
No shadows detected.
Sure. Feeling pretty tapped here. Think I might overdid it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what else is next. What's coming up at this point. But if it gets crazy, I guess I'll just use some SP restorative items in battle. It seems it won't open. Interesting.
What's that?
Wonder if we need to go back and flip some switches or what.
Focus.
Is there anything else that I can use? Do I need to jump up here? Yes, I do. And go through the aerial corridor. Okay, yeah, so this looks like endgame over here. So the question is, what do we want to do? Let's see.
This birdcage. It's just like the one back in Shibuya.
This is
this mean that bastard Natsume's kicking it somewhere inside?
I'd like to say we should just bust our way in, but how does it look, Sophie?
It looks like it's still locked. We'll need someone to touch it so we can hear the voices in his heart.
Okay then. You're up, Skull.
Uh-huh.
Well, it looks like it's gonna hurt, and it doesn't seem right to ask Sophie to do it.
Oh, but it's cool if I do it?
Oh man.
Come on, Skull. You're,
Poor Ryuji.
you know, tough.
And he's already experienced it once before. If anything, he's the ideal candidate.
Yeah, rock, paper, scissors time.
To just make us look like a bunch of dorks. All right, I'll do it.
I could do it if you want.
It's cool, I got it.
Thank you, Skull.
You'd think someone his age would have at least some talent.
Here we go. So it's that time again where they go over this monarch's backstory.
Like it matters. This kid's gonna make us a fortune.
Yeah, I'm hearing voices all right.
These voices are somehow related to Natsume's emotional scars?
Most likely. We just need to listen to the conversation and figure out the source of his trauma from there.
So we're looking for something like what Shujin Academy was to Alice.
We should keep listening. There's bound to be some sort of clue here.
Sir, try to keep your voice down. He'll be back any minute.
Oh, come off it. Can you really blame me for complaining? I'm the one who has to read his crap every day.
The kid's got motivation, but that's about all he's got. Seems any talent for writing in that family died with his grandfather. Oh, excuse me. Can I get another Gatorade coffee?
Yes, sir, just a moment.
Well, he's still our little money tree. No way in hell we're letting him go.
You're terrible, sir.
What's going on here? Ow! Damn, this shit hurts.
Yeah, so it sounds like, you know, some type of corruption that he may have faced in the past.
Thanks to that, however, we've managed to hear a good amount.
I didn't really get it, but it sounded like some kind of cafe.
Indeed. I heard one of them say Gatore Coffee.
Right, Gattori is the name of a cafe chain. But I don't think I saw any around Sendai Station.
If there aren't a lot of them, it'll make finding the right one that much easier.
Well, at the very least, we've got a lead on finding the trauma room now.
Right, let's get out of here and find us a coffee shop.
So they're returning to the real world now. Gatore Coffee.
Get to work.
Oh, so we can just go straight to the destination. I thought we had to, you know, go back in here and try to find some clues and all that stuff.
Here's what I found.
Yeah, so, you know, he's saying back in Shibuya there's that warden-like creature. I assume there's going to be another Lock Keeper soon. Yeah. So, you know, there's our hint that we're near the end game for Ango Natsume. In which case, it's time to not only stock up, but maybe get some experience, you know, if necessary. I feel like the only experience that I need is probably for Sophie, if I want to kind of level her up. Outside of that, I have no issues just kind of moving forward at the levels that I'm at for everyone.
This persona has been registered in its present condition. Performing a fusion. You wish to strengthen it? How much power will you add? This is what you've chosen.
Okay.
So again, you know, usually during this time, while prepping for bosses, I just prefer to kind of level up some of my higher end, you know, high tier personas.
This is what you've chosen.
This one right here is going to be very interesting, right? At least for a while. Because Setanta, this guy right here, he's what we ended up with from one of those fusion accidents. Which means his stats right now are pretty high tier compared to a lot of, you know, his peers at that level. So, I mean, we definitely want to focus on him. In fact, I might be crazy to do this, but okay, yeah. So we've reached the max level. And again, we cannot increase a lot of these levels unless Joker's level is at or above that. So I think we're looking okay. So I don't have any fire skills on any of my persona at this point that are attached to Joker, but I have a feeling that the next boss that we'll be facing off against, particularly the Lock Keeper, it's probably not going to be weak to fire. Just looking at some of the last couple of fights here.
May luck be on your side.
So we'll head back. Let's see if we can stock up on some items here. Although the one thing I do want to start doing is whenever I come across a lot of those vending machines or some of those stores, maybe getting into purchasing some SP restorative items as well. I haven't even looked at a lot of these new things like accessories, weapons, because I really feel like I leave it up to RNG or, you know, the game to kind of bring these to you in, you know, in jails. So in short, I prefer not to purchase any of these right now. I don't think I'm desperate enough to spending any of my yen, although a lot of these look very, you know, favorable. Let's go ahead and purchase some items that might help. So these are HP restoratives. A lot of these are HP. Get cafe blue.
Can I help you find something? Come again.
We can maybe check out the arcade down below. Because there's a few shops here that sell some of these items.
What you looking for?
HP.
So,
Why, hello there. Do be careful.
What will it be?
Okay, here we go. It restores 10 SP.
That's what you like.
Probably crazy for doing this, but we can't get more than 3.
Thank you.
So the game does, a good job of putting limitations on these, so you can't really exploit stuff.
I can feel something. What should I get? Let's head back.
The local supermarket. Yeah, so this is what I was looking for before. We do need more ingredients, and I'm going to buy as much as possible.
We recommend that.
Because a lot of times when you try to get into that cooking minigame,
Very much. We recommend that. Thank you very much.
I'm usually fresh out of these ingredients.
So that's what you're getting? Can you hold all that? I'll be waiting for you.
More vending machines. Here's more SP restoration. Yakisoba shop.
What'll it be?
HP.
Come back soon.
So I think we're looking okay.
Greetings.
Oh no, we can get some accessories here. This one's very interesting right here. Plus 20 SP. So although I would refrain from buying any of these just because we're okay on the money game, I'm gonna go ahead and purchase this.
I shall await.
And we'll go ahead just to kind of keep ourselves balanced. I would definitely like to equip it. And right off the bat, you can see that Sophia and, I'm sorry, Yusuke. Yusuke has the lowest SP. So that's who we are going to give that accessory to, at least for the time being. So that's a very good upgrade for him. So he's now sitting at 111, kind of on par with Anne.
Allow me
Oops.
to take you. I shall await you.
Alright, so we've already looked here. So we're just about done. Last but not least, we're going to go back to the van and get into some cooking. I feel like I haven't done enough of this.
Playing recipes.
So we'll go ahead and create a salmon bowl.
Thank you very much.
And of course,
This one?
we always need SP items, so might as well continue making some of these here. We're out of ingredients. We'll continue, I guess, later. And yeah, so I mean, you know, so this will be the end of today's episode for our live stream. Again, as usual, we accomplished quite a bit. We finished up all of our requests. So now, you know, at this point in the game, we have nothing that's pending on our end. You know, we fused Principality first, we fused Hua Po, and of course, last but not least, we ended up with the Archangel with Amrita Drop. So check. And then, let's see. I guess we also unlocked a trophy for using that incense. So that was a great start to, you know, utilizing some of those items that we've obtained in previous episodes. And of course, last but not least, we managed to defeat some bosses right before we get to the Lock Keeper. And that's what we'll be focusing on in the next episode. And before I drop from the stream itself, I'm just going to mention that in the next episode, I'm not going to be focusing on doing any grinding. Because like I said earlier, leveling wise, we're looking okay. And even though we are playing normal mode and not easy, I think we managed to get through some of those bosses that we fought today fairly quickly. So with that being said, that's a good indicator that we are prepared for the next couple of fights. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode.